dose of dicks right now on the Dicks Show.
Right now, right here, right now.
Right here, right now.
I had to download a little section of that song for something we're doing later on.
Why? Were you sad about Eddie Van Halen, bro?
A little bit, yeah.
I remember you playing freaking on the piano.
I celebrate all of Van Halen. I'm not that, I'm not the guy that does, before and after the.
Before and after what?
Their new lead singer, the guy you just named, and I'm having.
I know what you're talking about, the Red Rocker.
Yeah, both singers were good to me.
Well, what about his tequila?
Do you like? I can tell what a rock and roll fan I am. Whatever the fuck that guy's name is, Van Halen. I don't know.
Why can't I remember his name? I can't remember.
I
his name.
just think
either.
of as Eddie Vedder on the guitar.
No, it's not Eddie Vedder.
But he's a guitar player. So.
No, not from Van Halen. Eddie Vedder is from Pearl Jam.
Oh, see. No,
Eddie Vedder is from Pearl Jam. No, the Red Rocker. He has the tequila. The tequila. They have the restaurants. What's the tequila? Somebody out there. One of the dickheads out there.
Willie's?
No.
Crocodile Willie's.
No. What are the tequila from the lead singer from Van Halen? Somebody named Cabo Wabo. That's what it is.
Oh yeah.
Cabo Wabo. So anyway. Welcome back, dickheads.
Welcome back.
We have once again.
We have a damn good show for you guys tonight. I encourage everybody here, if you're just gonna watch a portion of the show, make sure you watch all the way through at least the first commercial break, and then
the rest of the show sucks.
But that's gonna set the show up, and if you're tuning in for the first time and you're seeing us, this is what we strive to do. To entertain you a little bit and play something funny and keep you here.
So how was your week?
Well, my foot's still in the cast.
I see you got your little scooter.
I have a scooter now. You're gonna roll around. I wanted to put off of our battery powered scooters, in the garage, and Tiani wouldn't let me.
Why? Why wouldn't you put the lights and stuff
probably
on there?
She,
I'm surprised there's not a boombox attached to it.
There's just wait.
Don't believe me, just watch.
There's mounts on order because I have to have this thing for another 3 weeks now. So
my lovely wife is tuned in. Hey, babe.
Hi there.
Hi, sis.
All right, so what are we drinking today? I hear everybody ask.
Oh, we have a liquor of the week. Liquor of the week. What's up, Ray, Annika, Gizzle?
So this is it's the fighter.
Yeah, Conor McGregor.
Right. All
the Conor fans out there. I know Khabib's fighting this weekend. Are you going to watch the fight? It's like at a weird time. It's like 11 o'clock in the morning on Saturday.
Show the bottle.
Probably not.
Why?
You still sleeping? Maybe I'll buy it.
This is Conor McGregor's whiskey. Proper 12. I haven't tried it. I heard some good things about it. It's supposed to go head to head with Jameson for my whiskey drinkers out there. So
we need to learn our whiskey terms, I think. Oh, that's good. And what I mean by that is we need to be able to talk like wine connoisseurs. You know what I'm saying? I
think that's better than
that's really good.
I think that's better than Jameson. If you want my personal opinion, I think
it tastes like Hennis.
Hennis. What's
Hennessy.
Hennis? Hennis.
You know how people talk about wine though? They're like, oh, it's got a long nose and a buttery finish. There's got to be words like that. No. There's got to be words like that for whiskey, right? Where you talk about the different flavors and stuff like that.
Would you be like, it makes my dick do this? I actually got an erection with this whiskey.
Right. I just feel like we ought to know that.
You know what? I was actually thinking about that during the week. That we try all these different alcohols and we're like, yeah, it's good, but we really don't say this is better than this or it's better than that.
Right. Yeah.
We're like, yeah, it's good.
It's good.
It's alcohol.
Oh, that's tasty. Oh, at no point actually, now that I'm thinking it, have we made a funny face when we've taken a sip of alcohol?
Tiani did.
Yeah. She's pretty good about that. Yeah.
Give her some whiskey. She's.
Can't help it.
Do you remember the commercials back in the day, the bitter beer face commercials? Bitter beer face. Do that thing.
Oh yeah. And then
drink Miller Lite, less filling, tastes great.
He looked like a homeless guy, like with a methamphetamine addiction in his. We're all curled in.
Oh, Hunter Biden's son.
Oh yeah, doing the dancing with the crowd.
Too soon?
Giuliani. I don't know how Giuliani got involved in this, other than he was a prosecutor in New York at one point, but. There was something I just saw today where he turned the hard drive over to the police in Delaware because there's something with 14-year-old chicks on there.
Ooh.
And then the police are like, it becomes a game of hot potato because the police are like, we don't fucking want it. We're going to give it to the FBI.
To do with that.
Yeah, no. That's a career ender right there.
Shit.
Right? And whoever investigates you're over with.
No thanks.
Anyways, this day in history.
Too hot.
What happened?
This day in history, in 1879, Thomas Edison performs his first public demonstration of his electric lamp.
Is that the one where he was trying to like get at Tesla?
Oh, where he pushed. I don't know.
When they're like, this power will kill you.
Yeah.
It will kill you.
There was a big fight over it. I didn't know that. I actually read a whole, or is it read if you listen to it on audio?
Negative.
It's not read a book.
It's listened. It's listened.
Yeah, it sounds.
But you can tell everybody you read it and sound intelligent.
Yeah, it sounds just.
That's what commuters say. I read all these books on tape.
Right. So I read this book about the whole fight between the electrical companies and how things were back then in America. It's really interesting.
I'm a History Channel geek. I usually watch that shit, like
how things are made. And that sort of
how things are made and what's that? The Men Who Made America.
Onward. 1921, President Harding publicly condemns lynching. It's probably a good thing to do.
That's a good thing.
40 years later, 61, Bob Dylan records his first album in a solid day. So he did the whole album one day, cost of $400.
Do you like Bob Dylan?
I'm not a really big fan of his. I respect his work, but I'm
my
not.
dad.
If I'm at home listening to music, it's not. Hey, put on that Dylan track that you got over there. It was something you would never hear me say.
I know that he was also known as an amazing poet.
Right. He started a whole. It's called beat poetry. So
yeah.
he was kind of the.
And my dad used to like make these weird noises and sing really weird until I kind of realized what he was doing. With the Bob Dylan voice. Once upon a time in your prime, and then you.
Right.
Yeah. I was like, what the hell is my dad doing? And then you're like, oh, now I get it. Right.
1967, almost 100,000 people do the march. That's called the March of the Pentagon. They marched to the Pentagon to protest the Vietnam War. That was the ones featured in what the hell, Bubba Gump Shrimp.
Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump, thank you. Yes, that was basically the one that was featured in the movie.
Baby.
Yep, I can't think of the movie sometimes. 1994, North Korea signs an agreement with the U.S. Requiring that North Korea halt its nuclear weapons program and agree to international inspections.
That's working out really well.
So they signed an agreement to move all their shit underground.
Why? All they had to do was send Dennis Rodman.
Because international. Oh Christ!
All they had to do was send Rodman.
Did you hear about the J-Lo thing?
What happened with J-Lo now, bro? She's back with Puff Daddy.
She's about to be canceled.
Canceled from what?
Well, actually, I
canceled from what?
I gave up the punchline. The question here is, ignore the last 30 seconds. The question here is, who wore it better? Those two people you're looking at here is J-Lo on the left and Rachel Dolezal.
Remember?
Is it J-Lo like 50?
Indeed. So on the right was
Kamala Harris.
No.
No, that chick.
No.
Wrong again.
Go play this game for a while. Actually,
chick was she's not mixed with black, right?
No, she was the head of the NAACP in Spokane, Washington in 2014.
Does that mean she had black in her?
Probably a couple times she has, yeah.
Every now and again, right?
Weekends or whatever.
When I drink the proper 12 whiskey.
So if you guessed the answer was J-Lo, you were correct. So she was a new artist, I guess, named Maluma. It shows you my social keeping up there at Maluma. I don't know.
Crickets.
It's a song, yeah, exactly.
I don't have the beat machine, so I can't even give you the. I got nothing.
So she's on this song called "Lonely." And she sings the lyrics.
I'm so lonely.
Kind of like that, yeah. Yo siempre será tu negrita del Bronx, which translates to "I will always be your little black girl from the Bronx." And as as you might imagine, the Twitterverse was a little up in arms about that.
Well, they're bored
because she's not.
They're still social distancing. Black
and not always, and then of course she did the tragic mistake of coming out and saying all lives matter, and that strikes her from the record there.
She kind of is. Though, I mean,
kind of is what?
Well, is she Puerto Rican or is she
Puerto Rican? I think.
Well, yeah, but she was just Jenny from the Bronx.
Puerto Ricans are like black.
Well,
Puerto Ricans are like.
I don't.
Shut up, bro.
I don't pretend to speak for Black America here. All I can tell you is that there many people are up in arms about this whole thing. Like. Very much.
So what are they mad? They're mad at J-Lo because she said that she was.
I will always be
your
little black girl from the Bronx, and number one, she's not little, and then
who is she referring to? Like, I hate people. People get on my damn nerves. My gosh.
She's referring to herself.
Okay, she probably was hanging around with niggas back in the day.
Well, from the Bronx.
Exactly. So what is people's problem right now?
It's Facebook.
OPP. How can I explain it?
Yeah, it's It's well, we're out on our schedule tonight to talk about the social dilemma, and I think this feeds into that. People want to be offended because that's just I'm hurt. What you said has offended me, and I want to silence you somehow.
Can I ask you a great question about that?
Yes.
Do you think offensive is entertaining now?
Yeah. I mean, we've always kind of thought offensive was entertaining.
I was thinking about this earlier when I was looking through Facebook to try to find somebody to argue
People
with.
want to entertain somebody. They want to, yeah.
So they look at somebody's post that they don't agree with, and I'm going to either troll or...
I did that today myself.
I don't know if you're trying to get somebody to change their opinion or their way of thinking, but it's more of like, well, it's going to be entertaining for at least another half an hour. Right? Until this pot roast is done, whatever their situation they got going on. Until the kids wake up from a nap.
Get up from being in the restroom or,
half hour in the restroom.
Well, 15 minutes, but yeah.
Or the ones who says, you know what?
I mean, maybe half hour.
I'm going to drop off of Facebook for a while. Just drop off. You don't even have to post.
That's okay.
Just bye.
That's because nobody liked your post.
Yeah, we watched. I know you put that homework assignment on us to watch.
Yes, I've been giving you that for weeks.
And we watched it, and I've read the book. There was a guy featured in there, an older gentleman that's a tech investor, Roger McNamee. And he wrote a book called Zucked a couple of years ago, and I read it. And the documentary very much followed the theme of the book, which is tech started out good until they realized that they could make money off of manipulation of people.
That was the whole goal, though. Because I remember when Facebook first released their IPO, right? Mm-hmm. And it was a big deal because everybody was like, "Well, what's the IPO going to be? How much money they're going to be asking?" Right. And the whole idea was, well, how is a tech company that's not selling a product going to make money? Mm-hmm. And that was, at the time, nobody had any idea what they were actually going to do. But it was just, you want me to give you millions of dollars to invest into your company for entertainment?
Right.
Are you an entertainment
the
website?
business has to make money somehow.
So it was a big deal. And I remember I asked you about this question, and it really kind of struck me because being a parent, I'm 40 years old now with 5 kids. Everybody walks around with a cell phone in their hand, whether you're on a bus, you're on the BART train, you're on an airplane. It makes no difference. If you're not, you're on a laptop. You're connected. Everybody's connected, right? And you see the posts online and people are complaining about, oh, Big Brother's watching me. They can look through my webcam and see what's going on in my house. And they're listening to me through my Alexa. And the Ring doorbell's, recording everything. And now we have indoor security cameras and all that stuff. But what struck me the craziest thing that struck me is how they're creating, AI or artificial intelligence to not just sell you products, but to manipulate know about you. Yeah. Like everybody's had that time when they're having a conversation, we're talking about boats in the garage with your phone in your pocket, and the next thing you know, you get on Facebook and you have a bunch of ads for boat parts.
Well, let's be if you know somebody in life that you refer to as a manipulator, if you have somebody that you actually refer to as a manipulator, what's the thing that makes a good manipulator good at what he or she does? It's knowing about the person, right? Exactly. That's what makes it so insidious. When you know somebody, if that person's a manipulator, it's that person's willing to get into your personal space and learn things about you and then fuck you somehow. So we're giving computers the full ability to do that right now. Yeah. We're walking like lemmings over the edge.
The thing that was crazy to me too is they got you, right? It seems like every week you get on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever your cup of tea is, right? And you must accept our new, privacy terms to be able to use this application, right? Mm-hmm. And the privacy policies aren't designed to protect your privacy. They're designed to take your privacy away, saying, well, now we're having access to more and more and more of your information, whether it be recording you while you're offline or doing any of that other kind of nonsense. And it was really crazy to me because they're not just taking your information, they're taking your information and storing it and using it against you. Mm-hmm. And
in a way that definitely does not enrich your life in the grand scheme.
What made it even worse, right, is that information, the apps are designed to, if you're not using them, get you back to use them.
Right.
So even if you don't have anything, like somebody didn't send you a comment, or they didn't,
and a ding to make you want to grab your phone.
Yes. Yeah. People, and what struck me, and I want to know how you feel about this, is people now are more inclined to have a stranger they don't know, give them a heart or a like on a picture of themselves than somebody in real life to say, you look really good today.
Mm-hmm. I made that exact same argument to the kids about like people coming up to you and saying it in person has meaning, but then you start having these weird fake interactions, and the fact that you're not getting enough of those, you start turning more and more to the device in search of that, right? And
saying, why is this person getting all these likes?
And if there's more of it online and there's less in real life because of it, we're walking into it like lemmings.
I honestly told them the other day, if you really haven't met them in person, then you shouldn't really give a fuck about them or their opinion, whether they like your post or not. But you don't really know them.
Yeah, but the hard part about it now is they care about people they don't know's opinion more than they care about somebody they do know's opinion. Yeah.
That's why you got to get them. You got to tell them now, like, they're like robots.
Because of it, it's actually killing people. They said that like suicide rates among kids 14 years old to 18 years old are up 400%. Right. 400% since social media. And it was they're directly relating it to popularity, being cyberbullied, whatever the situation may be. You know, this person, you look at now, people don't even want to look like themselves anymore. Where it's, you know, when's the last time you've seen somebody post a picture of themselves without being filtered?
Well, I mean, I do it all the time.
Show me a girl now. Right, I mean, it's not taking a picture of your boat. It's like, let me take a selfie. When did taking a selfie become a thing?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and now it's like, okay, well, they were even went to the point saying that people are going into plastic surgeons now, saying that they want to look like a Snapchat filter. I want to look like I do in a Snapchat filter.
Make my face blurry.
Yeah, there's actually, I forget the name for it, and maybe somebody out there knows what it is, but it actually has a term saying that I want to look like I do in this Snapchat photo.
That's crazy.
And it's crazy to me that you're looking for something that's not real. Mm-hmm. What happened to real interactions? People don't know how to communicate with each other anymore. They'd rather text you than pick up the phone and call you.
Right.
They don't want to interact.
I never like calling anyway.
I've always been a calling kind of a person. Like texting is convenient. I've had to force myself
recently to do it because I started coming to the conclusion that, you know, people I've met in the last couple of years as vendors, I don't have that not weird, but I don't have that interpersonal relationship with them personally that I do now. And now it's weird. It's like just a text message and I don't see the person, or we don't really talk on the phone. And I'm much happier when it was a handshake.
It's different. Like I have a sales job, and my job switched from going completely virtual, right? So now we're trying to gain people's trust and respect over the phone. To when, you know, you would go in and look for somebody. I want you to look me in the eye, shake my hand. I want to see how you present, and now I will trust you with my money. Now you have to get that same respect and trust over the phone.
It's crazy.
You know, or I hope you look decent enough in you know, Zoom or WebEx or Microsoft Teams, whatever it may be. But even like our kids, as our kids are growing up, when they go to parties and stuff, it's hard to get them to go out and play. Like when I was a kid, my parents would get your ass outside.
Well, don't come home till the lights come on. They didn't have to tell me twice. I was begging. In fact, if I couldn't go outside, like that was a pretty solid punishment. You can't go outside and play.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
And I had plenty of stuff to entertain myself. I mean, you know, I had video games, nothing like, you know, what we have now.
Yeah, but I remember when I was a kid, we used to go like with the other neighborhood kids and knock on people's doors and be like, "Hey, are there any kids that live here? Like, can they come out? Can they come out and play with us?"
Right.
Like now these kids go outside and they'll go to a party, let's go inside and
play video games.
Yeah, and they'll be on their own devices. And it's like,
that's so crazy.
I don't know.
What
do you draw the line? What makes it better?
How about when we come back, negative campaign ads, but like with a positive twist. A negative campaign ad, but I think you guys will really like it. So let's take a quick break. Right. We'll be back right after this.
Don't go nowhere.
These two just can't be beat. It's the Dick Show.
Deejay Riches' campaign is built on a bed of lies. Riches says he's against sandals and jeans, yet has openly violated his own policy. And his policy on the coronavirus is no policy at all. As a host of the Dick Show, he once squirted a line in someone's eye and then laughed about it. Riches claims to be a trophy husband. But would a trophy husband lose a drag race to this? Deejay Riches might think he's Spider-Man, but we all know the real truth.
Oh God. Oh, that was so much fun making that. And for anybody that missed that, I think we'll play it again at the next commercial break. We'll play the campaign ad again because that was
well. If I didn't have to deal with these fake news correspondents. You have to run that on Snopes because I'm not necessarily sure that that's accurate. So,
well, no. So when we made this video, like I almost want to play it again. I'll play it again in a little bit. The purpose that I set out with this whole video. So we're watching Walking Dead,
can't stand
and AMC sends
The Walking Dead.
Yeah, AMC sends out. They do a lot of local commercials. And you used to be able to spot the local commercial a mile away because it looked like it was recorded with your dad's Betamax in 1982 and then dubbed over 5 times, right? But now everything's digital and it's looks pretty professionally. I mean, you saw that commercial. We did that here in a small little studio that I set up a couple months ago, right? And with a couple tweaks, I think that would be a campaign commercial that could run on TV.
Yeah, it was decent.
So we set out. We were watching these ads over and over.
I feel attacked
again.
right now. I feel attacked.
They were going after the mayor of Tracy, who's running to be not board of supervisors, but county supervisor.
County supervisor.
Yeah. And there's an ad that's supported by SEIU and a couple of the other candidates that just takes everything he has done, in my mind, good for the citizens of Tracy and turned it against him. So he said no to the state giving us $1 million in free funds for a homeless shelter because he said once it's built with $1 million, then we have to pay for it.
The warming shelter.
Yeah, warming shelter they call it. And then said we pay 90% of our tax money to the county. Stockton is in the county seat, or is the county seat.
Yeah.
Stockton and the county need to figure out a way to deal with this. We have very little money. That other 10% of property taxes pays for the city. That's all we get out of it.
Okay.
Robert Rickman wants to leave the homeless in the cold. He turned down free money. Well,
so did Manteca. So
the point I'm trying to get to is they took clips of him talking, and everything they clipped in there he had said because it was him saying it, and everything that they talked about was true. He turned it. Well, free money is the word term free, but okay, he turned down money, right? He did all these things, and they twisted around. So I said, let's make a video where we take everything that we both came up with it, where we take everything that Rich has done, regardless of what it is, and then we put it in there. We put the piano music from the beginning of right here, right now, and then we find some drum beats, dun 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 dun. We put over the top of it, and we make it so dramatic, and then we just so misrepresent everything that happened in every one of these scenarios.
Wait till I get James involved.
Yeah. So.
No, but that commercial was like a pain in my damn ass. Like I'm vote yes now.
They were running
for jeans and flip flops. No, negative.
They don't sell enough of these. They don't sell enough of these commercials,
coming on,
and so they run them back to back. Sometimes 4 times in a row. So it was what I just described.
Yes,
where we were laying in bed, like lip syncing to the announcer's voice on the.
You know what confuses me? You know what confuses me is the damn freaking the Uber, Lyft, DoorDash drivers. Like, am I supposed to vote yes or no?
Yes,
like,
you're supposed to vote yes on it.
What do you guys want? Like, did you?
Yes on that, and I don't know about 23. I got to research it. But anyways, so I wanted to show a negative campaign ad that was made out of some of the most. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't think you liked when you lost the drag race, but some of the most funniest times in our lives that we've had, and then just turned them around and made it look like you were a piece of shit.
I wish you should have showed me thwipping around freaking Vegas. Like Jesus.
I did at the end.
I seen it,
but I didn't have any videos to play. So as you know, Kanye is.
I fell off that damn stool anyway, just so everybody knows.
Yeah. So Kanye is running for president, in case you didn't know. And a point I wanted to get to here before we move along is that I think there's no argument that campaigning has gotten extremely negative in recent years.
I've noticed that.
I mean,
it's not.
Show me like a positive campaign ad that comes to memory, and I don't know if that's a function of us just wanting to remember the negative shit or them programming it with it, but it's just all been negative. And so I bring up the Kanye thing because I'm watching his video today, and I wanted to watch it and pick it apart. I wanted to just be like, look at this neurotic, POS here that doesn't take his meds on time. Look at the video that he made. And the only complaint I can come up with is it doesn't look like he acts on TV too much, and it looks like he's staring at a teleprompter, right? But I watched the commercial a couple times. I'm gonna play it right now. And
have you guys seen that? Have you guys seen the Kanye ad?
Commercial.
What is America's destiny? What is best for our nation, our people? What is just, true justice? We have to think about all these things together as a people. To contemplate our future, to live up to our dream, we must have vision. We as a people will revive our nation's commitment to faith, to what our Constitution calls the free exercise of religion, including, of course, prayer. Through prayer, faith can be restored. We as a people are called to a greater purpose than ourselves. We are not only a beacon to the world, but we should be servants to each other, to encourage each other, to help each other, to lift up.
You know what? It goes on. It's a minute and a half long commercial, but I watched
You know what? Hold on. Before you, I didn't mean to interrupt, but what gets me the most about that ad, he's telling people, be a good fucking person. Whatever happened to being a good fucking person?
Yeah. So I watched that ad. Like I said, I wanted to pick it apart so bad. And I think on the third or fourth time I watched it, I thought, we have a guy. I don't think anybody, it's admitted that he has some problems with bipolar disorder and some things like that, right?
Yep.
He's got,
Yep.
And he comes out with a campaign commercial that's so much more positive and uplifting than the two people who are the actual candidate.
You know what? I never really thought about it until you said something, but all the ads that I've seen so far this election era have been, this person did this and you did that and you're going to do this and you're going to do that, instead of, you know what, I'm running for president or I'm running for office because here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I'm going to do to help the American people. Here's what I'm going to do to help my constituents.
And even a little bit of here's what I have done. Like, I want to hear that too. You know what? You get up there and you say the things you're going to do. Have you done some good stuff?
He didn't even say shit about, like, fucking, he got some fire ass shoes too.
Free Yeezys for everybody. That'd be pretty good, huh?
Fucking A, they're $300 a pair, bro.
Will our tax dollars fund that?
Fuck yeah, bro. Make America wear Yeezys again.
Right? Ice Cube and 50 Cent, they don't want to pay taxes.
No, Ice Cube, actually,
that's
you know what?
Right? They're the dirty bastards. They don't want to pay any taxes. That's
you don't know what side of the fucking aisle Ice Cube is on, bro. Like, do you have the picture?
Yeah, let's play.
Look at that, bro. MAGA 2020.
All right, now in their own defense, that was photoshopped in, and I think Eric Trump got in a little bit of hot water for that, didn't he?
He did. He did.
He deleted it from.
But you know what? I got to give Cube some respect. I know that he, crossed the line and he went back and forth saying that Trump's a piece of shit and Trump this and that, but he actually wanted to do something that was good for black people, and he tried to meet with the Democrats, and the Democrats were like, well, we'll talk to you if we get elected. And, the Trump administration said, come and talk to us. What do you want to get accomplished?
We are elected. Come on over and talk.
Yeah. We're here, we're in power, and let's figure something out. And they came up with the Platinum Plan, which is a $500 billion, plan to help the black community.
Yeah. Infuse money back into the community.
Yeah. Which was a great thing. I don't care who's the president or who's in charge. Like, if you're doing something that's good for people in general, like, you should be admired for that. Not, oh, well, you can't support Trump because why? Because he's helping you accomplish something that's good for people? That makes no sense. Right. 50 Cent, though, what happened with 50?
So 50 Cent jumped on the old Trump bandwagon too.
You know what he actually said today?
What did he say?
He said, I want to stay 50 Cent. I don't want to be 20 cent.
Yeah.
I don't want to be 20 cent.
So if you play clip 2 for us. If you look at what the tax plan is that Biden's proposed, if you are you got the numbers right there. California 62%, New Jersey 60%, New York State 58%, New York City 62%. If I was to become under this tax plan, I'd be paying about 20% more in taxes than what I pay right now. Now, everybody's defense of this is on the left is always, well, it's for people who make $400,000. People watching this in the Valley, if you haven't really tracked it too much, but if you live in San Francisco or along the peninsula and you're a single-ish person, you're going to have a hard time renting a decent apartment at that income right there. A nice apartment. You're damn sure you're not going to be able to buy a house. A single income earner, $400,000, you're not going to get anything close to nice in the city of San Francisco or anywhere along the peninsula. So that $400,000 to a lot of the country might seem like, that's out here where we live in California, that's not extremely wealthy. And so I did some calculations just on my salary, and I'd be giving up $34,000 a year more just at what I make.
Can't all of
now.
us make $400,000 a year like you, bro?
Well, I don't make. I don't make.
You greedy son of a bitch! Why aren't you paying your fair share?
But yeah. So the point I'm trying to make is that we're giving more money to the government, and it's taxation without representation.
I will go back to my original statement: is taxation is theft. I still, in front of my house right now, am flying my "Don't Tread on Me" flag.
Well, I want you to think about it. If you're in California, there's the phrase taxation without representation. What representation do we have in California about taxes? Not only do we not have any representation, a couple of years ago, a measure was on the ballot, and we were all too stupid to read whether we needed to vote yes or no to do the thing that we didn't want to have done. And we gave up the ability to tell the governor no to new things he wants to do and tax us on. So not only do we not have representation, we said, you know what, take it all away. I'm in California and the governor knows best, and I'll just give him money. We've done that. We've successfully done that. So it's taxation without representation. If I don't pay my tax bill, a guy shows up to my house with a gun and under threat of violence or being put in jail, which is a form of violence, I have to pay them money. That's theft. We can argue it's used all the time, and we say that. I agree.
We have somebody checking in online on Facebook saying that wouldn't you like to pay $700 in taxes like Trump? No, I like to pay zero in taxes like me. It's really what I would like to accomplish. I want to pay zero in income tax. I pay tax on everything else that I purchase or everything else that I do. Like, why am I paying extra taxes?
Yeah, look, and I get it. Okay, I get the argument. Schools, roads, police, fire, even though we have shitty roads and
we live in California. We have shitty roads.
So I get the need for it. But you're telling me that the policy of taking the money first out of my paycheck before I get paid is honest? The government takes the money out of your paycheck before you get paid. You know what I propose? What I think we should do here in California? Let's take the money out of the paycheck until the tax bill is paid. What do I mean by that? You start work on January 1st. Do I get to take home any money? No, you don't. Your tax bill hasn't been paid. And right around April, well, now you can start making money. You're going to take it from me before I get paid. Take it from me before I get paid. Let everybody in the state see what that bill looks like. Or don't do withholdings. And April 15th, just say, write us a check.
No. What I said is, let's not withhold them from your paycheck. Let's send you a bill every month, like your cable bill, like your cell phone bill.
Because none of us look at what we have. None of what.
Let's see how many people care about taxes at that point.
And I see Francis is saying that, the tax breaks are for the wealthy. Again, as I've specified, this tax rate is for somebody making $400K in the city. That's not wealthy. That's somebody living in an okay apartment, not a nice penthouse, but not a shitty place in the Tenderloin, a nice apartment. And maybe being able to save up a little bit for a house. $400K is not super wealthy. And then I'm going to follow that up with, I work for a wealthy guy, and he doesn't pay much in income taxes. None of them do. Why don't they? Because this tax is the thing to make all of us go, yeah, fuck the rich guy. And in reality, all it's doing is making the middle class pay more because it does get passed down, and it's making the people who this affects the most go and find a better tax guy that gets them more breaks.
Let's have a history lesson.
He's not going to pay it.
After FDR, he raised the highest income earners at 90% tax rate. Who paid it? Nobody.
Yeah.
Why? Because the people that have the most amount of wealth hire the best accountants, the best CPAs. To literally, your only job is to work for me and go through the tax code and find me tax breaks and figure out how I'm going to get out of paying these taxes.
And don't be wrong about it, because we all go to jail. Yeah. So I'm going to give you a lot of money.
Yeah. So what happened was nobody ended up in that bracket. People were still paying the same tax rate. It didn't increase tax revenue. The highest, corporations were still having tax breaks and still, even leveling stuff out, and people were still making money. It didn't change anything. It didn't change revenue. It didn't help any social programs. It didn't help any specific group of people. It just
the city of San Francisco puts $800 million in every year to solving the homeless problem.
$800 million, almost $1 billion.
At some point, you got to say, how? If I'm paying this money for something,
drugs
I want a voice.
Are expensive. Those hotels at the Ritz are expensive.
Like, I get it. I get the homeless people. They had a terrible upbringing and they didn't have the chances I did. Fine. When do I get to put my hand up and say, "Where's the thing I want"? Because I don't get to do that right now. Can I get a free trailer like the governor's giving out to the homeless people all around the Stockton Fairgrounds?
I had to buy my own trailer.
I can't afford one. So that would be cool. I don't even care if it's one that they'd give a homeless person. I'll drive it to Burning Man every year.
The Fairgrounds now.
Yeah.
I hope we're gonna
bring that up I think.
Because that's just ridiculous.
We'll bring it up right now, actually. It's a good time.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about that.
It was on this segment.
Welcome to San Joaquin County.
Yeah. So the county fair. Now, it's funny. It's funny what publication you read, because here in the Valley, we're a lot of conservative people. So the conservatives do get a voice in some things. And this 209 times every time I pull up an article.
Now when it comes to guns,
they are super. If you think we're not conservative when it comes to guns, go out to San Francisco. We're about as conservative in California as a place can get. So anyways, they have taken the idea of the San Joaquin County Fairgrounds, using that as a homeless encampment. Now, one side, the 209 Times, makes it sound like the mayor of Stockton,
Michael Tubbs,
26-year-old kid when he got elected, 26-year-old guy when he got elected mayor. Fair enough, but topic for another day. So some are blaming him for this problem and firing of all the county fairgrounds people.
90 people lost their jobs.
Yeah, and now the other side of the fence says, no, 90 people didn't lose their jobs because of this. The fairgrounds couldn't exist without the fair. The fair season that they have every year is what pays for the fair operations, and we just didn't have a fair and we couldn't pay for it. So everybody went home, and now the fairgrounds are vacant. And that Mayor Tubbs had no ability to have any say-so over this because he doesn't have any control over county property. So is it going to be a homeless encampment or not?
Guess what?
You weren't the one that made you weren't the one that made the decision. Fair enough. Who made the decision? And it's the state. And
Governor Newsome.
They've said that the county fairgrounds is a great place to put trailers.
Thank you.
Haven't given anybody a trailer not in Stockton. I don't know what that means. Somebody just said that on there.
So the trailers are coming to Stockton, or at least they were paid.
I mean, there's a photo online right now of them sitting on the fairgrounds property. There 10 have been delivered. So, I mean, they're there, and this is
go demos.
I like the mayor of San Diego, Republican mayor. Largest city in the United States to have a Republican mayor is the city of San Diego. His policy on the homeless is no tents.
Period.
It's not compassionate. It's not, if the person has real problems, drug addictions, whatever, it's not compassionute to allow them to sleep in a tent on a sidewalk. It's not compassionate to taxpayers who pay for that to have to not be able to use the sidewalk. People with the handicaps that can't roll their wheelchair, you can't, perambulate up the side of the sidewalk. Business owners that can't come in and out of their business. It's not fair. And they've placed like 700 homeless people in the last year, even with that policy in place. So I know Democrats good and Republicans bad, but maybe we ask the guy with the evil R next to his name what it was he did in his city to figure out how to fix this problem. Because no tents on the sidewalk, which means no fecal matter tracked around and no garbage, no fewer needles, and 700 people placed in some better situation is pretty fucking astronomical. They say that the homeless population in San Francisco is 1,400. I don't believe it. I think it's probably 3 times that. But if we went on their numbers, that's half of the homeless problem in San Francisco in a year. Why are we talking to this guy and asking him how it works?
Where's that $800 million going is what I want to know.
Well, it's going to fund various organizations that profit off of the homeless problem, and it's the homeless industrial complex. As long as there is people funding the problem, then there will be
perfect. Well, you got me officially depressed now. So what else do we have going on? Well, I know it's gonna make me happy.
The debate.
Yeah. Who's ready for another shit
different
show
format?
Tomorrow?
Have you heard the format that they're going to use?
No. What happened, bro?
They get to mute the other candidate.
That's funny. You know what I want to see on this debate, honestly, is I don't want to see
people throwing bowls of spaghetti at each other because
tomatoes and lettuce and rotten cabbage,
rotten fruit.
Old school. Just bring old school shit back. Like, why not?
A milkshake.
No, like I want them to say, like, you know what? You cannot attack the other candidate. Your entire job is to debate based off of your policy. I want to hear what your policy is. Period.
Like, well, I'd like to hear answers to questions. Are you going to pack the courts, Joe? What about your son, Joe? What, like, I want to hear these questions answered, and not in the response of like, oh well, that's a trick question. No, I want to know.
And on the other side too, I want to know who Trump was trying to grab by the pussy.
I want to know.
I want to know exactly.
That.
Whose pussy were you going to grab specifically?
Ted Cruz said a very, very interesting thing the other day. He's got a bill ready to go forward right now, saying that we're going to limit
Trump too.
Saying that we're going to limit the number of Supreme Court justices to 9. And interview I heard, they said, well, of course that'll never pass. He said, well, of course it won't ever pass, but it will force everybody to go on record with their vote. Are we going to increase the number from 9 or are we not? And you got to vote yes or no on it. And everybody will publicly be able to see that vote.
And what their actual plan is doing. It's going to be directly down the aisle, though. It won't be anything shocking.
But let's get but see, at least we'll have that, because right now we have everybody saying it's a trick question. That's a bunch of horse shit. No, it's not. We want to know if you're going to do it. If you're not going to do it, say you're not going to do it.
Here's my question. Here's my question. Like, you're a judge, okay? Your job is to rule on law, and you could be conservative or liberal, whatever floats your boat. But law is law, and it's yes, it's supposed to be what your opinion of that law is, but it's still written as it is. Do people really think that Amy Coney Barrett's really going to go in and be like, you know what, we're overturning gay rights? Of
course not. They've already voted on it.
Yeah, she's publicly said that too. Like, you know what, this has already been voted on. This is already. Why would I go back and we're just going to overturn everything? We're overturning the abortion rights. We're overturning gay rights. This just doesn't make any kind of sense to me. What do you think that she's gonna go do? Like, hey fuckers, guess what? We're overturning everything. She's just that powerful, or
by herself. She's gonna do it. I don't think so.
I don't see it, bro. I don't. What else we got going on? Let's take a break.
Yeah, let's take a break. Let's play. You want to play the commercial again during the break?
Fuck you and your commercial. Yeah, let's play it again.
Let's play the commercial again. Here we go.
DJ Riches' campaign is built on a bed of lies.
Motherfucker right there.
Riches says he's against sandals and jeans, yet has openly violated his own policy. And his policy on the coronavirus is no policy at all. As a host of The Dick Show, he once squirted a line in someone's eye and then laughed about it. Riches claims to be a trophy husband. But would a trophy husband lose a drag race to this? DJ Riches might think he's Spider-Man, but we all know the real truth.
That's fucking good, bro.
I'm telling you, it's good. Making that video, I had to stop a couple times, partway through, because I was laughing so hard that tears were running down my face as I'd find a clip, and then I would be like, oh, I know what I'm going to do with this. And you start with the big number, so there was stuff I left out, man. I was going to say something about Beats by Dre headphones, and I took the best out of what I had.
We can make more?
We can make another one. Make a follow-up to this.
Okay.
But doesn't that perfectly illustrate?
I think we should make commercials.
This fake news is
doesn't that show like the whole thing of it?
You know what you were missing out of that?
What's that?
I'm Richard Mixon, and I approve this message.
I thought about that. I put who it was funded by at the end, and I did the vocals at first, and we listened to them, and we didn't really like them. So I said, well, then you do them. And she sat here last night saying the lines over and over and over and over again, one by one, until she got pretty good at the end.
I can picture Tianica over there too.
Yeah, it was on the recording when I went back. She'd say something, and then it would be in the middle of a sentence, she'd stop and laugh because it was pretty funny.
It was fine.
Hold on a second. Keep going. Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna get into Newsome and his public.
What did he do now?
So, California Department of Public Health put out a guidance package for gatherings as we're heading into the holidays. Thanksgiving. It's a pumpkin spice time of year. I bought pumpkin spice firewood today.
You bought pumpkin spice firewood today?
I'm just kidding. I did no such thing. So
it is that time of the year though.
We've helped you out here a little bit. If you actually go on our
Has anybody
Facebook
seen
page.
this? Have you guys seen what's going on for the holiday season? Not just trick or treating, but Thanksgiving, Christmas.
Yeah, this is
New
for
Year's.
you in your house and your gathering that you're planning. They came up with a list of
let's all gather at the watering hole.
Yeah, and they're telling you it's not tyrannical at all. So let's pull up the me plus the laptop feed. Yeah, do that one right there.
All right.
I can talk us
California
through
Department of Public Health.
So gatherings that include more than 3 households are permitted. So if we wanted to have her sister, for example, and her kids could come.
That's a lot of people.
It's 2 households, right? And
2
then
households.
and then her mom wanted to come. Well, then my parents can't come.
Nope.
So who makes it? Who gets? I'm sorry. We really wanted you to invite you this year, but Governor Newsome, that son of a bitch, just he told me we couldn't. So
you dumb bastards.
Sorry, Gizzles, you guys ain't coming over this year.
Right? Okay. So the host shall collect names and contact information. So give me your name, rank, and serial number. Welcome to the party. Sounds like fun.
Perfect. I want your social security number and bank information as well.
Yeah. Gatherings must be held outside. Attendees may go inside to use the restroom only if it frequently sanitized.
Who frequently sanitizes their
Thank you,
bathroom?
demos.
I mean,
Can I turn the fan on? Is that sanitizing the bathroom?
I've been to a couple that I thought, this bathroom
It's
is
not
probably
sanitary?
not sanitary at all.
What if I put a porta potty outside?
So
Is that
these are good
sanitary?
these are good guidelines, I guess. But then they cut into the parks thing, and they got in the whole you can't have it in the park. You can't plan it with another group with three households, because if you do, then it's the same as having 6 households. They really got in. I'm
Okay, I got a question
really
for you.
think poorly of your citizens.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm from a broken family, right? So
you're fucked on Thanksgiving then.
well, what about Christmas? What if I had
Same thing.
2 households over in the morning, and then I went to 2 households in the evening?
And you just were a super spreader.
Super spreader.
You dirty rat. You just took it. No, yeah, what about that? So there's only 3, so I'm going to have Christmas in 3 different places now? Fire up twice the electric appliances to make stuff? Come on.
What if you have natural gas, bro? We can't frack either.
Yeah.
Huh?
6-foot
Son of a
distance must be
bitch.
maintained at all times in all directions, so between all the chairs and everything. Food and beverages must be in
What
single-serve
kind of houses do you think
disposable
we live in here in
containers.
California?
Self-serve items and communal containers are
Self-serve
prohibited.
items. So
is bullshit.
I made this nice casserole, but I'm sorry you can't eat it because I didn't bring any cups.
You know what that means? Jello shots for everybody.
Right? Gatherings must be 2 hours or less. This one's my favorite. Gatherings must be 2 hours or less.
Well,
so the coronavirus has an internal time clock, and it
I have a
says
question for you.
It's been 2 hours. It's time to strike.
I have a question.
What's that?
Okay, so
Is that the last one?
your family,
Mm-hmm.
okay, you guys run on
Look at
BPT
that.
all
I'm
the
getting
time,
irritated just
bro.
looking at
So
it.
like BPT is like at least 2 hours.
Yeah. Well, then you missed the party. Sorry. Fuck off.
The party's over.
Singing is discouraged. If singing should occur,
Okay,
face
I'm
masks
done.
must be
I'm
worn.
Poor
and singing
George.
should be
Poor
lower than normal
George.
speaking volume. So you got to sing like this.
Bring back the crooners, bro. Bring back the crooners.
Well, they still belted them out. They weren't sitting there singing.
They were.
Hey, who are those guys? I don't know. 3 masked men that like to.
So we can't sing. This is like, who's gonna listen to
But
this
don't
shit?
forget, it would sound like this.
Just like the ones I used to.
How come I can't hear him? Well, he has a mask on. Who are those 3 guys up there? I don't know. 3 masked men that like to mumble when they sing.
Oh my gosh, it's bullshit.
Fuck outta
Barbershop
here with that.
quartet, right?
Quartet.
A quartet.
Quartet. Quartet.
So okay, wait a
Quartet.
minute. So
Let's find out,
what
T.
if we
You know what I
all
seen?
these things, right? Are we gonna get arrested?
I thought about you guys
Some
bad.
son of a bitch in a house is going to be like what do they call them, Bettys or Karens or whatever, is going to go. I
Bettys, Karens.
think there's 4 households over there. There's 5
Fucking
cars
son
in
of
the
a bitch,
driveway.
there's-
I know that.
Oh, they
I
don't
see 'em
want
over
it.
there.
They don't want my. They
Yeah,
don't
I
want
would
to
name
be
it
on
like that.
my.
So I got to tell you about
my
something
bad
I seen.
side.
I seen
that?
online, right? So, and I know it's one of our favorite things. So one of our favorite things this time of the year is crab
Whiskey?
feeds. Crab feeds.
Crab-
whiskey.
oh, crab feeds.
Crab feeds, right?
So about to miss another one.
No.
We missed the Chipino feed. God
We missed the
dang it.
Chipino feed, but so the crab feeds, right? There, a lot of them are for nonprofits, and they're
Yeah,
doing
and
it
they're
to
not
raise.
getting any- yeah.
They're not making any money. They're donating the money and all that shit. But anyway, so I see that there are some crab feeds that are going to be happening, but they're going to be drive-through crab feeds. So here's what we can happen. So I seen that they're selling tickets. They're like $100 for a pair, and you get like a tray of bread, a tray of salad, a tray of pasta, and a deep tray of crab.
I'm not doing it.
For
I'll do
$100
that.
bucks for a couple. But I remember T's crab feeds, right? And her boils and shit that she did. I'm like, we can get our family, we can get your family, we can get,
Let's do
Ray
it.
and Zach and their family.
Let's do it.
Like that's 3 households, bro. And we'll eat like fucking kings.
Let's do it.
Like, I'm not
down.
even.
Every couple puts in $100. We
Yeah.
bring all that
Bro,
together. Yeah.
I got butter warmers for everybody.
All right.
Bro.
All
And we
right.
got from this show we have hella whiskey too.
This is gonna no shit, right?
do it.
If you guys think we drink this whole bottle, we put it back on the shelf, and at some point the shelf's gonna give out. Like I gotta drink it more.
Let's do it.
Excuse me as I burp into the microphone.
So, Louis Maldonado, we need some tickets. Sugar Shane, we need some tickets.
Right. I'm down to do that for
And
sure
do
because
like
I'm
a
at.
DJ
This is
set.
how the trickle down economy works. I used
You
to
could probably have an auction.
I used to get
We'll
my
have the kids
I used
auction
to-
shit off.
I used to make I used to rent them speakers for their crab feeds, and I don't get to do that now. So
It was sad too.
this is going to be the year I was going to replace those Eon G2s with whatever.
You were gonna buy some
whatever
You're gonna buy
version
some
of
K2s.
yeah, whatever version. I guess it is the QSC stuff that replaces it right now.
Sad.
Now
I like
some
that. I like that
crab.
idea. Crab feed. Let's make it happen. That's a good November for Friendsgiving kind of crab for Thanksgiving.
Friendsgiving.
Friendsgiving.
Sorry,
Crab
Shay.
feed.
We already got 3 families. Like we can only have 3. It's only 2 hours. Gotta go.
You got a list for us?
We'll sneak you in.
I do. We have the top 10 bizarre U.S. town names.
Okay.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
Let's hear 'em.
Number 10. Your favorite place on earth? Swastika, New York.
Why would that be my favorite place on earth?
Ready to move?
That's problematic.
9. Accident, Maryland.
Ah.
I accidentally moved
we should-
here. Like, is it accident you moved there, or
I'd like to look up insurance rates in that part,
Right.
neck of the woods. You know.
How about number 8, Knock'em-Stiff, Ohio? Number 7, Buttsville, New Jersey. This one
I
had
want
me-
to know what the population numbers are. This has to be like this is one of those towns where like they made the dog the mayor because there's 2 people that live there, and so what do you want to call this? Buttsville.
Stop! I gotta pee.
Okay, number 6. I don't know how they got this name, but Hump Tulips, Washington.
Tulips.
Do you think like, well, let's not stop there? They're humping tulips, or I got nothing, right? 5, Boogertown, North Carolina. Right. Number 4 is a place no man wants to be, and that's Blue Ball, Pennsylvania. Number 3.
I'm surprised they don't have Banger and Lever on there because isn't that's 2 cities and they're like an intersection.
we got to Banger and Lever.
Or
Right.
2 roads that do something like that. Yeah.
Number 3, Nothing, Arizona.
I wouldn't want to be from there either.
That's when you're just like, I don't know if you're too stoned, like, what do you got? I got nothing. Perfect.
Hey.
Perfect.
Well, only 2 of us
It's
live
like,
here, so
it's like, let's take the Red Roof Inn. What's that? That's to end with the Red Roof. Any questions?
not for me.
Exactly. Number 2, Truth and Consequences, New Mexico.
Ooh.
Ooh, right? Number 1, the number 1 most bizarre U.S. town name is someplace that everybody wants to go on vacation. Satan's Kingdom, Massachusetts.
Satan's
Kingdom.
I think I heard somewhere else that there's like a big kind of satanic following out in
Now,
Massachusetts somewhere.
if the company that you worked for moved, it's like,
That's
you know what, we're
Seattle.
packing everything up and, tax rates are cheaper. We're going to Satan's Kingdom, Massachusetts.
I wouldn't want to write it on an envelope.
No.
You're gonna-
When's the last time you wrote anything on an envelope?
Sir, we're going to need your mailing address.
About
have you
that.
send it to my mom.
I got a P.O. box in the town over.
Yeah, I don't think so. Satan's
Kingdom.
Kingdom. Should look up some of these cities.
I want to know.
what the
I want to know.
demographics are.
Somebody look up Zillow. Tell me what the housing prices are in Satan's Kingdom,
I
Massachusetts.
might be able to live there for cheap.
Right?
Snow's not very good in Massachusetts, so it's kind of sticky.
Sticky snow. All
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Well, we got to get the fuck out of here. We got a
That
debate
sounds
to
good.
watch tomorrow.
Debate. Hopefully, you guys are watching it with us because we're damn sure going to talk about it.
You got a video
Oh,
for us
sure,
going
sure.
out on. I want to see this video.
Do you want to see the video? I was going
I
to
wanna
play.
see
I was
the
going to play your campaign video again.
No!
But we'll play the campaign video again during a break next time. Let's find it here.
Let's see here. What do we got
gotta
here?
wait
I gotta
till
stop. I
this-
gotta stop this one here. It's the.
There's this girl on TikTok and she's like, my secret talent is queefing. And it's like, bruh, you stole your talent from me. I'm the only one that can do that on
Is
command.
that a cigarette and
Sorry.
a knife?
This is disgusting.
Fuck off.
Why?
There you go.
Why?
How about that?
A dick like mine.
All right, everybody.
Like
We'll
mine.
catch you
ya.
back here next Wednesday. Same time, same channel on Facebook. One of these days, we're going to find another streaming service so we don't have to talk so much shit about the place where we do our show at all the time.
Like mine.
Everybody take care.
Dick like mine. Dick like mine. Works every time. Dick like mine. Dick like like mine. A dick like mine.
The Dick Show.